Affle completed 21 years this April, and I've had the privilege of being a part of that journey for over 20 years. Every product that we've built, every platform, every sleepless engineering night has been in close partnership with people like you. What began as an ambitious idea at the edge of a changing telecom and mobile industry is now a global technology company shaping how brands connect with consumers in a digital-first world. We've always believed that the most meaningful form of disruption is not necessarily when it is the loudest, but when it is most durable. And in many ways, the story of Affle is the story of mobile advertising itself. Today, I want to take you beyond presentation and numbers. I want to take you through the story of our company, the story of a category, and in many ways, the story of my journey as well. I want to tell you who we are, what we believe in, and why we are more confident than ever before that the current chapter of Affle is going to be the most exciting chapter in its history, and we are going to write it with you all together. Let us go back to 2005. Internet was still on the desktop. Apple had not thought of launching the iPhone. Facebook did not even have a mobile interface. Google had not bought Android. You would remember that at that time Nokia was the king and BlackBerry was supposed to be cool. And in that era, Affle was launched with a belief that seemed to most people quite audacious. The belief was that the mobile smartphone will be the most powerful, most personal advertising medium that the world has ever known so far. And that early conviction that the future of consumer engagement would lie firmly in the palm of your hands became the foundation of everything that we built. And in an era where most tech companies were being built for quick exit, our founder, Anuj Khanna Soham, spelled out his ambition in a very audacious manner, that we wanted to build a public company that would outlast all of us, that would acquire many other companies and grow them. A decision that we take. It was in 2008 that we formally announced our ambition to go public. It wasn't just an announcement, it was a commitment to take the long road versus an easy exit. And it took 11 years of patient building after that, not taking the short paths. On August 8, 2019, Affle was listed on the NSE and BSE and fulfilled that commitment. Our IPO was oversubscribed by over 86 times, which was a record for an internet company in India at that time. We were backed by some of the top global financial investors, not because of a story that we told them, but because of a consistent, profit-driven growth journey, even when we went public. Today, Affle is in the top 300 listed companies in India by market cap, and we are in the top 10 globally. In the financial year 2026, for which we just declared our results, we delivered over 2,700 crores in revenue, and more importantly, we delivered 456 million customer conversions. Our 5-year revenue CAGR stands at over 25%, and our 5-year EBITDA CAGR stands at over 30%. Today, we are proud to have 650 plus Afflers in more than 30 countries across the globe. But our ambition is higher. We want to be in the top Fortune 100 companies in India and the top Fortune 500 companies globally. And we are patient, we are focused, and we will get there without taking any shortcuts because we are built to last. Let us go to something which most of us understand, but very few of us have a solution. Most people do not like seeing ads. Think about your phone. It is the most personal device that you have. It knows your location, your habits, your choices, and therefore, any intrusive, poorly timed engagement just breaks the experience. That is the problem that Affle was founded to fix. And Affle's answer has been consistent since 2005 when we filed our first patents on consumer acceptable advertising. Advertising that feels like a recommendation and not an intrusion. It's a simple idea but radical in many ways. Let us take the example of Netflix. When you finish watching a show, it gives you a recommendation for the next show. It doesn't seem like an ad, it seems like a recommendation, and users do not get annoyed and they love it. And that is what exactly Affle's algorithms aspire to do. Deliver in-device, on-app recommendation to our users, which is blended, contextual, and non-intrusive, and it doesn't feel like an ad. That is why we charged on a CPCU or a cost per converted user model. Charge only when a real human takes a real action inside the advertiser app beyond a click and an impression. Every algorithm, every signal, every model that we build is built to optimize towards that moment of truth. Affle 3i consumer platform stack today processes in a privacy compliant manner data of over 4 billion connected devices globally. And these are not just smartphones, these are tablets, these are connected TVs, and these are every screen where the consumer attention lives. Our AI-powered consumer platform stack creates real value for advertisers. This is Affle's core, and this has always been our core. Now let us come to the question that every client must ask. Its partners, are you building for today or have you already built for tomorrow? Let me give you some dates which you can verify. 2005, Affle filed its first patents around consumer relevant and contextual mobile advertising, which are now all granted in the United States. The IP in this space is owned by us even before the iPhone existed. 2017, when the industry was defining mobile ad fraud as a problem, Affle went ahead and filed more than 7 patents around mobile advertising fraud and launched our MFAS platform, which was a fraud analytics as a service platform. While the industry was still defining the problem, we were educating our clients and solving for this. This is what real disruption means. Quiet, high-tech, and well ahead of its time. And not just that, in 2019, we filed our first patents on agentic AI, autonomous agents acting on behalf of users. Years before generative AI became a buzzword, years before the term agentic AI was even coined. Today we have 39 patents which have been filed, 18 of them have been granted, and we have more than 300 unique enforceable patent claims from our patents. We also hold the ISO 2022 certification across our products and global operations, and Singapore's Data Protection Trust Mark issued by the IMDA, which is the gold standard in the region for data privacy and governance. And we've had the same consistent story for 21 years now. We have never needed to revise it because we have always told the truth. Our technology is not just capable, it is defensive. We are all living in an era of profound shift in terms of how internet is working. AI is today not just automating workflows, but it is changing the ways systems are taking decisions. It is no longer about just executing on basis of instructions, but platforms are learning continuously through user behavior, context, and intent, and then implementing decisions. Automated traffic is expected to grow 8 times faster than real human traffic. Agentic commerce is soon becoming mainstream and getting out of the experimentation phase. As per McKinsey, by 2030, the AI agentic commerce opportunity is going to be between $3 and $5 trillion. And therefore, our industry needs to ask the most urgent question. When an AI agent is doing the browsing, who is seeing your ad? Affle has been working on this for long. As I said, our MFAS platform distinguishes genuine human engagement from machine-generated activity. And not just that, we are analyzing behavioral patterns, we are verifying publisher authenticity, and we are blocking non-human traffic before it reaches your campaigns. We call this brand safety at a signal level in the moment of delivery and not in a post-facto report. We are also developing frameworks actively for processing user conversions in agentic AI spaces. How an agent would interact with brands, recommend them, and transact with them on behalf of the user. So let me be clear, Affle is not preparing for the AI era. We have been firmly operating in it for a long time. And that is the reason we felt that it was important to formally signal the beginning of a new chapter. Last year, on April 9, we returned to the Bombay Stock Exchange. That day, we changed our name from Affle India to Affle 3i Limited. It was not merely a name change, it was what it represented. It represented a fundamental evolution in Affle's journey. In the presence of 250 stakeholders, investors, clients, industry leaders, and media, we showcased live intelligence in action. Not slides, not concepts, but autonomous AI capabilities operating in real time. We showcased various consumer use cases on how AI could impact their journeys and deliver greater outcomes. The 3i itself stands for 3 pillars, what we believe will define the future: innovation, impact, and intelligence. Innovation is about anticipating the industry needs even before the industry knows it has them, solving problems before they become obvious problems. Being structurally ahead is not an ambition for Affle, it is our habit. Impact. Technology is most meaningful when it delivers real outcomes. And that is why we went for the CPCO model, because it enforces accountability, real actions, real conversions, real value. We believe that every dollar that our clients spend with us must deliver something measurable, something verifiable, and something that they can build upon. And intelligence, moving from the present passive data to active intelligence, to intelligence which is authentic, actionable, and augmented. And in reality, all these 3 pillars are correlated. Innovation builds the tools. Tools create impact, and intelligence helps them improve over a period of time. Our vision for the 3rd decade is firmly rooted in our vision for 10x growth. And that will come through delivering millions of personalized experiences dynamically generated at machine scale, delivered with the commitment of higher standards of ethics and excellence, because that has always defined us. In 21 years, a lot has changed. Platforms, formats, devices, algorithms, and indeed the customer journey itself. But one thing has never changed. We've always had the highest standards of ethics, values, and corporate governance. And that's not just a compliance requirement for us, but that's our core belief. We believe that advertising works best when it's honest. Technology is the most powerful when it's trustworthy. And a company built on integrity will last any other built on shortcuts every single time. To everyone in this room, thank you for your trust. We have never taken it for granted, and I assure you that we never will. As we step into the intelligence era, where AI is just beginning to reshape the consumer journey in ways that we are just starting to imagine, we make this promise. Affle 3i will remain the most consumer-centric, the most technically credible, and the most ethically grounded platform that you will work with. We will always be the first, we will always be transparent, and we will always earn our place as your most trusted technology partner. Welcome to Affle 3i. The best is absolutely ahead of us. Thank you.